Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Yet another glorious day lies ahead of our glorious nation as we continue to make progress towards a glorious future. Folks, there's a lot to get done today. I will not bore you with a prolonged introduction. Just want to mention, as always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in just letting me know what people want to watch on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of. And it just occurs to me that this is the first episode of the new month. I cannot believe it's November already, but folks, the one thing that I mention as little as possible, so bear with me over here. But if you've been really enjoying this series, I humbly request that you maybe consider checking out my Patreon or consider becoming a channel member. Links to both of those are in the description down below, or you can click the join button that should show right underneath the video. Again, it is never an obligation, so no pressure at all, but it does really help support these especially long Let's Plays. It does really help support the channel overall and just keep it all sustainable. So if you would like to support them that way, you can think of it like a Netflix subscription or a Twitch subscription or what have you. But again, no pressure, no obligation. That's why I try not to mention it too often. Like I said, though, there is a lot to get done today, folks, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get this party started. The first order of business is actually some comments that I want to address. I have seen your notes with regards to some potential solutions down over here. I will be looking into those. I've seen some requests as well to just take care of all the train stuff. I think... So I've got all that in mind. Obviously, it gets in my way just as much as it gets in yours, of course. But I think I want to tackle the relatively urgent, well, I shouldn't say relatively urgent, just straight up urgent housing crisis first before I get too bogged down in dealing with those train things. I mean, maybe I'll do it for episode 225, a special kind of mini milestone episode or something like that. We're coming close to it too. But I just want to feel a little bit better about planning a bit more of this region before I go back and deal with some of those other issues, because there's still quite a bit, as many of you pointed out rightfully in the comments, that I need to do over here. We don't have any gas stations, any buses over here that need fuel will, I don't know where they'll go to, all the way up over here, I suppose. In fact, we might already be seeing evidence of some of that going on. No, okay, wait, yeah, no, okay, not just yet, but before we get there, I want to, get a gas station set up. I want to get a couple of things set up here, actually. I got some great suggestions in the Discord as well that I want to try and play around with, so I'll focus on that stuff first, but I just wanted y'all to know that I have seen your comments with regards to various issues across the board that, again, don't worry, I do intend to tackle, and just wanted to make sure, again, you knew that they were seen and they will be addressed. I also need to address concerns about this bridge yet again. This has been a cursed bridge, hasn't it? So it seems as though these guys that are headed towards our western nations, our western neighbors, are blocked probably because of the height of this bridge. The distance is probably okay, but the height over here is probably the problem. And I could have sworn I'd measured the height. I thought we spent an entire session measuring the height, but you know what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's very quickly check though. Over here, 29 meters. I could have sworn 30 meters. Yeah, this spot is 28.2 meters tall. See, I remember doing this. If this pillar is 28.2 meters above sea level, right, when terrain height is 0, and this one is 28.6, do I just need to build it? Maybe I need to build it, and then it'll actually be able to see that its path is in fact not blocked. It's been pointed out as well, by the way, I cannot do the whole thing as a beam bridge because beam bridges cannot curve, so thanks for that heads up before I waste all that money on and time on that. But let's go ahead and sure, let's go ahead and pay for this, I suppose, and see if that helps. It's too bad that we have to pay for this, but I'd rather that than I don't know what the other solution is. I don't think there is another solution. So let's go ahead and the other solution is that canal we talked about in the past, right? Just digging a giant canal to help cross this so that boats don't have to go all the way around like this. I mean, that's still something I'm considering. And if y'all would be interested in seeing that, just let me know, and we will absolutely, between sessions, I don't think we need a time lapse for that. I think it'd just be a quick cut. We'll absolutely dig that canal and make it happen. But let's go ahead and auto build you. There we go, and we'll see if just having this completed will clear the path for this ship over here. Before we do hit play, though, I just want to do a couple more things. For one, population statistics. Sorry, we're looking good. We checked them last time, and they look like the drop is slowing down. If we go all the way back to March of 2007, you'll see it does seem like it's kind of like plateauing. Is it still called a plateau if it's a basin? Basoning is not a term I've ever heard used. But either way, my point is, it seems to be the drop seems to be slowing down, and hopefully it'll turn around soon enough. Hopefully we'll never actually hit that 75k marker we set for ourselves. And you can see the 21 pluses are starting to either leave the nation. That's the initial kind of downward slope you see, but those sudden drops are buildings being completed and all those 21 pluses finding homes. So we've actually found homes for quite a few of them. There's still, of course, quite a few left. Apart from that, I do also want to see, all right, let's see if we can't very quickly over here clean some of this up, because it's been pointed out by now a couple of you. This is why, like, I asked a question a couple times, because sometimes there are a couple opinions that take some time to form or be shared, or potentially for me to see them, though I do stay on top of comments. The consensus now seems to be that we should get rid of the hot mess that these dirt roads provide. So let's just hope. Yeah, see, I knew this was going to happen, and that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and hook you up real quick. We'll of course upgrade that soon. I just want to try and maintain the shapes here as best as possible. Good stuff. And let's go ahead and do that same thing. This guy's literally using it right now. Up over here, we can do it though. Where are we? Cancel the road. Which one? Let's go ahead and sacrifice the bottom set, because there's a car up there I might end up confusing. Get rid of you. Yeah, I had a feeling this would happen. That's okay, because we can just do that. Hook you up like so. Gotta turn my snapping off, I think. There you go, and there you go. Not the end of the world. Okay, this is actually a lot smoother. I was going to suggest that I might need to just edit this section out, because it's going to take forever to do, and it's going to be broken. But you know what? This is actually a lot smoother than I'd anticipated, so this is great. This is great. As I say that, of course, we come to the first one that's not smooth at all. Come on. Oh, come on now. Why must I speak too soon? Why must I do this to myself? Good stuff. There we go. All right, fine. You know what? I'll take it. Not the prettiest, but it kind of matches that, I suppose. So we cleaned all these guys up. Let's go ahead and hit play, and we'll keep an eye on not the tool for measurement, but the cargo ship over here, and see if it figures itself out. Wait for this guy to pass through. Excellent. I do hope that getting rid of these little roads doesn't break the highway completely. If it does, we'll reinstitute them. We'll bring them back in. But I do hope that that this is all. You know, I hope the game understands what's going on over here, continues to understand what's going on over here, and doesn't just, like, stop using the highway because we've gotten rid of some of these shortcuts. That would be a bit of a bummer. That would be a bit of a bummer. And again, I do hope that they introduce, like, a highway road type, which actually sort of integrates higher speeds on this specific road type. But, you know, that's all... one can dream, let's put it that way. One can dream. Let's go ahead and set these up properly, just to make sure everything is working as it should. The cars that you're seeing right now, the vehicles that you're seeing right now on the highway, they've already been on here, so I'm not trusting their presence to indicate functionality or anything like that. So let's not get too excited or ahead of ourselves or anything like that. Over here, go ahead and pop you this way. I really hope I've got all these one-ways in the right direction. I think so. I believe so. But yeah, this should now force them to actually use all of these ramps and stuff that we've, you know, spent so much time planning meticulously. It'll look beautiful. It'll be nice to see the highway actually be used, right? You'll see the cloverleaf actually see some action, and this space might actually become quite beautiful to look at. I mean, I've already loved how it's been looking, but I hope that this will make it even prettier. Go ahead and get this moving towards our borders here. Hoping to see any work get done over here. Let's actually go ahead and plant some trees, because it was very rightfully pointed out that I keep talking about replacing trees, but I don't actually end up replacing them. So why don't we go ahead and plant some trees over here, and while we do that, we'll plant some trees elsewhere as well, where our logging industry probably needs a bit of replenishing too, which I know is planting trees just to cut them down the line, but it is still planting trees. And we'll get some trees down the line over here as well. Oh, actually, right. I can just click and drag, right? I should be able to. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. I've gotten into the habit of, like, just clicking multiple times. Look at, oh man, look at the traffic over here, actually. That's really nice. That's quite a few vehicles using this highway of ours. Man, honestly, I know I say it every time, but it really does make me happy to see this highway in action. It was so much like just effort getting it set up and all. It makes me really happy to see it in action. Where else do we have? Let's get some trees down over here. Where else do I have logging going on? All the way down south over here. Petrograd, we'll need some trees. There we go, good stuff. And of course up by Party Power as well, the original site of our logging industry, where it all began. Wow, there we go. Giant nation we have. A giant nation we have. There we go. Get these trees planted over here. Excellent. So, what's up with you, buddy? Still issues, eh? Actually, not even. You have issues. What? No, okay, yeah. The issue is this bridge. 100%. Alright, fair enough. I guess we've been lied to. I got a great suggestion to, like, put one of these tools up over here in the hotkey bar, so it's easy to get to the terrain tools. Solid tip. Still an extra step. But a solid tip there. Ah, damn. What do I do here? I guess lower this less. It'll look a little funny, but because that's the only option we have. Let's get rid of. I wish you got measurements as you were putting these roads down. You know, I wish there was a better way to do this. But concrete bridge. Snap. Other infrastructure's in the way, is it? There we go. Can I raise it a step? No, it won't let me. If I undo the snap, then it won't. That jank. Alright, get rid of that. Go ahead and cancel you. Go ahead and get rid of the snapping. Get the curve in. Like, I don't remember the previous height, so how am I supposed to, you know, plan, I guess, around it? That's definitely higher. Oh, it's like disgustingly higher, though, you know? It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. Where is my measuring tool, though? But I guess it's got to be. That's 31 meters, so I guess that's got to be it. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll try and like cover it up or something. We'll find something pretty to do with it. Turn a snap back on. Where is my beam bridge now? There you are. Get you across. Like so and like so. Good stuff. Go ahead and pay for you. Get her done, and let's see what this boat has to say. I know, it's a ship. Alright, we'll see what that does for us. Things looking kind of good over here? Yeah, pretty good, I would say. This building is up next, I think. Prefab panels missing. You're not actually assigned. We'll keep this from being assigned until this one's done. Again, I want to focus resources on a single, well, not a single, but like mixed resources across mixed construction sites, right, that require different resources. So I don't want these two to like get in the way of each other. Right, so that's that all done. We'll see how the highway's doing over the course of this session, I suppose. Oh man, it's a really big country. It's gotten really big. Where is our? There we go. I was hoping to see more headlights over here. It does look like the construction offices are still using, because some of those trucks are definitely new, right? Some of these trucks are definitely new arrivals. So it does look like they're still using the highway. I'm actually curious, where are you headed? You're headed to Klebruisk Hospital. It's harder to say today than usual. Looks like you're gonna go around this way. And you're going to pop over like that, as opposed to what would it have done usually? I think it probably would have like popped over this way or something. But this does look like it's working. Wonderful. You get down over here. You're going to keep going. Yeah, beauty, 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 beauty. Beauty. I want to check one more thing over here real quick. Do we have workers coming here? We do. Workers and engineers are all arriving over here. These trains are moving smoothly. I was just curious because I saw the electricity trouble, so I guess it must be from the older cities, which we will look into. I do still, that's a whole other thing I have to do, right? We got to take care of train stuff. We got to take care of train stuff. We got to take care of the actual distribution of all that power that we're generating. Case in point, as you saw the flickering over here, there is a lot to do. There is a lot to do, and I do have it top-ish of mind. But first and foremost, I need to, let's go ahead and double time it. So the sun rises, and then let's go ahead and get our gas station. Where are we? Where are we? Gas station. Is it under First Citizens? I would expect it to be under road here. Depot, under bus stops. No, I wouldn't expect it to be under bus stops. There it is, refueling. The very fittingly titled subsection of refueling. Let's go ahead and build from resources. We'll plant this down. We'll pay for it, but I just want to like plan it first. Where can it go? Up over here, perhaps? Not a bad spot. It's connected to all these, right? It's not a bad spot. Could go up over here as well, or over here. We have all of our service stuff, right? So like ambulances and fire trucks don't need to wait to get fuel. They're a bit more. They're a bit closer, so that's not a bad idea. Yeah, sure. Let's do that over here. A little bit of flattening required. Come on now. Come on now. Work with me, game. Go ahead and flatten. And they should be able to, like, pick a lane from right over here, right, when the time comes. Where'd you go? Where's that sweet spot? There it is. Not really, actually, because I was a little too far back. Let's go ahead and pop you down. Over here. Yeah, that should be nice. Still want to make sure it fits nicely before I commit. Like so. Yeah, looks good. There we go. That's what I wanted to make sure about as well. Our roads don't screw us. Come on. Beauty. Got a traffic jam, it seems. Take a look at that. Oh, that's not a real traffic jam. I wish the game could tell the difference when it's like, I wish it would say like waiting for loading dock or something like that, you know? Something a bit more specific, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and pay for you. Get her done. And let's go ahead and actually bring fuel up over here as well from Petrograd. Now, I'm curious actually how a vehicle from Petrograd gets up here. Like, what is their approach, you know? Add new connection. This bad boy over here. Make sure we're dropping off fuel. Not that we can drop anything else off. Yep. Cool. That should do the trick. Close enough for, I think, everything that goes on over here. I think there's a reasonable spot for it. Good stuff. All right, cool. And again, it's all pretty well connected. It's been suggested that I should make this into a roundabout. So why don't we go ahead and, I mean, it pretty much is a roundabout. You know, I'm gonna, well, okay, I need to check something because there's another suggestion that I got, which I quite like. It requires a bit of land reclamation, which I'm okay with. It's not too much. It's not like obscene amounts. And besides, it's almost 2010. Land reclamation is very much a reasonable thing to be doing these days. So let's go ahead and get to work on that a little bit before we continue more residential spaces. I do, am I prioritizing the right thing? Yeah, I think so. Maybe. How much, this holds 740. We have 2, 3, 4 planned. That's about 740 times 4 is what? 28, over 3,000, right? Like 3,100 or something like that, 3,200. So that's a big number, and there's a lot of housing over here as well being made. Yeah, we might be fine, actually. We might be fine. Obviously, we'll consistently need to build more housing. I just mean like in terms of the urgency of the matter. And it looks like our ship over here is doing all right. Now, back to our terrain tools. Let's go ahead and ever so slightly raise the terrain over here. Let's actually, sorry, height from center. Do this. There we go, there we go. Wonder if we can creep down here. No, we can't. This will be interesting. This might need, funnily enough, this might need rebuilding again because of what we're doing over here. But the suggestion was to introduce a light rail system. And I actually saw some great screenshots and stuff shared in the Discord. This is why I say, like, don't hesitate to join the Discord even if you're solely interested in this one game. There's a lot of fun stuff being discussed there all the time. Some interesting screenshots being shared and stuff as well. So I got some pretty cool ideas of some stuff I want to do to like make our space a bit more aesthetically pleasing while also making it a bit more functional too. So one of those things is I don't know where to find it in the new setup. Imagine it would be under decorative. Yeah, decorative pavement. Let's go with the gravel road, I guess. Not sure exactly what would work, but fortunately we can delete it separately. But basically the idea is to like fill in some of these like spaces in the middle. To just, yeah, you know, make it look a lot better. I don't think these can curve, but you can do that. Yeah, I think I like the gravel road. I think that works best. Yeah, and like it just looks so much more legitimate. You know, it like legitimizes the space a little bit. And I quite like the look of it as well. It just feels like there's actually like a divider in the middle over here. Get you down over here as well, and we can obviously establish that for some of these housing complexes as well. You know, get like nice big blocks set up internally as well. So for example, if we do a gravel square, like establish you like that, let's say. Obviously these will all be footpaths and stuff, so that'll all get cleaned up too. And then establish this like this. Gotta have like an endpoint, I suppose, right? We do that. And the thing is, again, if we hate this, we can always go in and we can, in a time lapse perhaps, because they're all individual roads, get rid of it all if we hate it. But I, so far, quite like the look and feel of it. Let's go ahead and add some more over here. Want to make sure that it... there we go. I'm glad that it like snaps to the camera and stuff. I imagine that's the same, like that's a result of the same elements that made the clone tool snap to the camera's angle. Well, like that. There we go, like that. And then here we can go ahead and hook this up maybe, like so. It's a little rough over here, but we'll pull like some trees and stuff down maybe. And let's go ahead and actually upgrade these roads as well. Yeah, all these roads can be upgraded. Makes for easier and faster construction too. And we can see how this space actually looks when it'll be done. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I think that looks so much nicer. If I can get these guys all done. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that looks quite snazzy. And we can, of course, extend the... where is it? Decorative element. Airplane road, sorry. Gravel road. Down this way. One strip like that. Another strip up over here, I think. Maybe that's all we'll need. And we'll need a bit more. Clean this up like there. Yeah, that's okay. I think the square would have been better, but I'm not going to be nitpicky about a tiny little thing. Growing pains, we'll learn, right? But again, like I was saying, I think that just like makes it all feel a bit more serious. Look at that. I think that's legit. We can try it up over here as well, just to again make it all feel a bit more, as I just put it, legit. More gravel square, all the way up to here. Let's see, what if I do from there all the way down to there? I kind of want to keep it inside this block. We're going to put like parking and stuff down as well, right around the outside. I'm kind of waiting for the mods to start integrating the new pathfinding system. I think they might already have that, but I need to double check before I start putting down the modded parking lots. All right, this is looking pretty good. Pop you down there. There we go. Yeah, see, it just feels a bit more Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty sick. Cool. All right, neat. We'll probably be applying that to more and more regions as we go on, and we'll probably like retrofit that as well, for lack of a better word. Retrofit, I guess, is the one I'll go with. But we'll add that retroactively to old spaces where I feel like it belongs. We've done it a couple times, but not nearly enough. And I do think like this game can be aesthetically a fair bit more pleasing, and I'm not doing the things that I need to do in order to get it to that level, you know? Yeah, I think this is looking great. All right, gas station is done. Is it getting its fuel? Maybe. We have a couple of vehicles headed over. Where are you headed over from? Well, this guy's already almost here. Let's pursue this guy who's probably furthest back. Yeah, okay, they are using the highway. Great. I'm curious, though. I kind of wish I checked exactly how they got onto the highway. If they just went straight up this, through this tunnel and up this way and ended up over here, or do they use a different path? Lots of movement over here. Ooh, this guy is probably headed back to the gas station. So how do you go? Sorry, he's headed back to Moria. Yeah, okay. So he's headed to where I assume down over here. Let's keep an eye on him for a little bit, just for a moment. Just want to see what we get over here. Unemployment's looking all right. This has definitely kind of reached a bit of a stopping point. Oh, he's going to keep going. Oh, I guess he's going to get off at the roundabout over there instead. Oh, you know what? We still have these connections over here, don't we? We do. I wonder if I should get rid of these ones too. Maybe. I mean, I'll throw this question out separately, right? I'll get you guys' opinions on this and this little section over here. Removing them hasn't hurt our highway over here. Look at that, actually. Yo, that's so good. So, I mean, maybe we'll do it over there as well. And as I add more parking lots to this new space, I'm really hoping to see more people drive around again. You know, people are driving over here to visit a variety of things, right? Like people coming to the gym over here from who knows where. Like, where'd you come from? From Krasna, right? Like, these people are driving over to get whatever services and desires they need fulfilled. So I want to encourage that as much as possible. But okay, we have enough. We're thinking we have enough housing, right? So let's go ahead and plan the thing that I mentioned was suggested, and that was a light rail track. So we have some fans of light rails or trams or streetcars, whichever you prefer. I am always a little hesitant to use them. Maybe unfairly so, and it's and the reason why I call myself unfair there is because despite all my attempts at not focusing on numbers, the oh yeah, we still got trouble over here as well, right? All right, fair enough. What's got you stuck? This guy's got you stuck. Okay, cool. I thought you know what? I guess my solution here wasn't a solution here. Oh, I just hadn't taken into consideration this track section. See, I told you it was a matter of time. Anyway, so as much as I try not to like think solely about the numbers, and I like to try and think about like style and storytelling and all that, this is one of those cases where I've just had a hard time letting go of the inefficiency of trams. These guys are significantly slower than buses or trains are. But with that said, their capacities are decent. They don't have to deal with traffic. There's all that other benefit. Well, I mean, they deal with traffic if they have to cross the road at any point in time, sure. But I guess there are more benefits. I'm trying to convince myself over here. I mean, we have some newer options as well, of course, with all those mods that got suggested. So, I mean, moving 250 passengers at a time at 65 kilometers per hour, I mean, you know, that's undeniably better than any of our buses can do. Right? That's actually huge. So maybe we should consider this a bit more seriously. Well, actually, I say that. I was already considering this seriously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought it up twice today. All right, we've got a couple of options that give us 251 passengers moving at 65 kilometers per hour. So it's between these two, I think. I'm not sure if there is a better one. Feel free to suggest an option if you know that there is a better one. And the idea is to establish sort of this tram or light rail track or what have you in a way that it picks up passengers, workers, students, and brings them to the station without the reliance on buses. Like this stop over here should kind of be a backup more so than anything else. How are there no workers waiting over here? You can't possibly all have jobs. They all have jobs? Oh, right, they're helping with all the construction, of course. Of course they all have jobs. In fact, you know what I could do is I could top these up and at least have more people working at these construction sites. That did not occur to me. Ah, right. We're gonna have employment troubles here in no time. I was wondering. I was like, surely there are unemployed people sitting around over here. No, they're not unemployed because there's all this construction going around. All right, cool. Glad I realized the reality of the situation over here. You're just gonna be a pain, aren't you, today? No, that wasn't this train. That was a different train. Oh, that's all the way down over here. 2 different panes from 2 different sets of trains. Nope, looks like we're all clear. So that was maybe a... Nope. Ah, there we go. I knew I'd find it eventually. Wait, why are you actually stuck? Oh, that's why. That's why. Zotch, I guess. See if he's able to make it through. All right, cool. Like I said, there's a couple of things that I need to go back and solve. All right. Let's introduce new problems instead. So how would I build this is the question. I've got some great, like, again, there were some great illustrations and everything in the Discord as suggestions. So again, thank you very much for that. I love, I love, like, we get a lot of, like, very detailed comments. From time to time, we get, like, illustrations and suggestions. It's really, I mean, there's a reason why we're on episode 220-something here. I love the passion. I love the passion. It ignites mine as well. All right, so the idea is that this could split into 2. Let's go ahead and make sure we're using resources because we're planning right now. So on the one hand, it would continue onwards. Go and get the grid up. It would continue onwards. Hopefully, it would be able to get high enough, again, that it's able to actually clear. Right, I'm going to go ahead and check the railway bridge. I believe we're able to use that to cross. We want to make sure that this can go all the way up to 30-something meters or something it needs to be. I was just a test, but I'm just going to pop it down over here. Because what I want to do is I want to continue you over as a way to double check 36 meters. All right, cool. So we can definitely still get as high as we need to from that spot over there. Am I a big fan of that elevation? No. But it is what it is, all right? Now, so that's that taken care of. So yeah, the idea is that this would split over here. On the one hand, we could have, like, trains continue on that way, but on the other hand, we would have a light rail track come down this way. So I could, let's see, pull you out like this, and it would basically go all the way to this station to drop people off, and then they could hop onto the train at the platform and continue on to either the museums and universities or up to the nuclear city. And again, the palace employs quite a few people as well. So, you know, we can bring employees from these new regions, new residential areas down to the palace and stuff, for example, too. Maybe I should establish another palace just to provide jobs. All right, what am I thinking here? So like that. Now, I will obviously take some liberties with these suggestions to try and fit my own visions and stuff as well. If I do bring this down over here like so, let's see, something like that. We're in planning mode. I'm going to hook you up as well. Make sure we're snapping here. Can we not? Doesn't like this. Why don't you like this? Weird. Very weird. Okay, strange. It's like it doesn't like the fact that it's underneath the bridge or something, I guess. Not the end of the world, just kind of funky. What if I do it over here? Pull you down like this, trying to match the angles that are already in the area. There we go. That worked. Weird. That's very strange. All right, so we pull you down to here. We do have what's it called? What would it be? Not cargo. Like, why isn't the train station under the rail tracks, you know? I believe the base game has a nice... Which one would it be? Where would you be, buddy? This is the first train station we put down in a long time, I guess. Hold on, am I just blind? Railway, bridge, tunnel, waypoint. For citizens, there it is. I am blind. It's just not the verbiage I'd expect, you know? It's just not the words I would expect, and that's why I don't see it. My bad. All right, I could put the small train platform down over here. I do have some modded options as well. Let's see, where are we? Platform and station. I do have... Well, that feels a little too rural, I would say. I could have sworn I had... That's obviously too large. Something called central station is guaranteed to be too large. Train platform. Nah, that also feels a little rural. This is like a combined kind of a stop. Not a bad idea, actually, especially now that like linked stops are an option. We could bus people over from further down. But truth be told, this track will go further down itself, so that seems a little maybe silly. What else? What else do we have over here? You know what? I might just go with the base game option. Might just go with the base game option. It was worth looking at, though. I don't regret... oh, there's a trolley bus stop. Right, trolley bus is another term. Trolley bus, tram, light rail, I think is a little different. There's a few ways we could describe this thing. I've always liked the word tram. I've always been partial to it. It's the word I grew up with. In Canada, we call them streetcars, but in other parts of the world where I've lived in, they're called trams. So I grew up with the word tram, and it's a lot more familiar to me. Train platform small, though. We don't need a big one. We don't need a big one. 600 passengers should be more than enough. If I pop you down like this, the road connection is going to be tough to make. I don't necessarily need it on this side. Get the road connection from up over there instead. I shouldn't be the end of the world, though. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pop you down maybe like over here. Leave a bit of a gap for that road. I could also actually do something like this. It's just I like the hard angle over here. It would be nice to kind of get that angle back over here. Pop you down like this. That road would be kind of funny. All right, we could try this. Hold on. Let's see if I pop you down here. Then the road could go up like so. Let's see. Bring you up like that. I'm actually surprised that that raised the train. Oh yeah, I guess so. Okay, fair enough. And then go ahead and bring you over like so over here. Too steep of a descent, is it now? Where? Right over here? Yeah, not surprised. Let's go ahead and try to get into the habit of using my my new shortcut here. Do that. Try and smooth this out a bit. All right. And up over here, can we go? I might need to do this in parts. Okay. Up over here then. Like so. And like so. We'll probably like pull this around and back over here. But the idea is that it would connect like this. But I don't think, you know what, now that I can see it, I don't think this is enough room for us to, yeah, rotate it up. Unfortunately, no. So we'll have to pull back a little bit. Still within walking distance. Still within walking distance, so we're fine. Oh, that's the button I want to press. There we go. Good stuff. I'll get there. I'll get there. All right, back here. All right, cool. I am glad that I realized where this thing was. It's nice to know that the game does as expected. The terminology being different from what I expect is a me problem, so that's fine. Cool, there we go. Can hook you up, yeah, that's fine. Can you turn? Yeah, you can. Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead and get this road connected over here like that. There you go, a little offshoot there. Yeah, sure, that works. And then let's go ahead and get our tracks as well. Why are you not on the back of a truck? Come on now. How's stuff looking, actually? We're making some good progress over here. These guys are seeing some work done. Is this guy still waiting for prefab panels? He is, really. Over 500 tons of prefab panels. Quite a few are being sent to some of these other buildings instead, I suppose. Hold on, what's going on with prefab panels? Why do we have a distinct lack of them right now? Where are we? Up over here? We don't. We have, in fact, 82 tons of prefab panels. I think it's just a matter of the distance that's being traveled to deliver said panels. Alright, okay. I really hope that they're not now taking slower routes, you know, or anything like that. Do we have... Hold on. You guys are fine. I was wondering about, what are you? A dumper, okay. I was like, we still have some old vehicles over here. Should they be here? No, they're fine. I do need to still keep upgrading our fleets, of course, but wanted to check. Because right now, yeah, our harvesters have some company that they really shouldn't have. So as I'm distracted over here, why don't I just take a moment. Covered hulls. Where the CAMs at open hulls. You're moving prefab panels. You're moving boards. These guys are all out right now. That's why I didn't replace them previously, and that's why I still won't be able to replace them. When the time comes, though, I will. When the time comes. When the opportunity comes, I'll most certainly replace them. Alright, it's a little dark even for me right now. Let's go ahead and double time it so we can get the sun. So evidently the game's crashing a lot more lately. I've seen folks mention it in the comments. Some of you mentioned that it's crashing significantly more often than I've seen it happen even. But the game just crashed. Not the end of the world. The game did also literally just autosave, so the timing was impeccable. I think it was just as I was about to drop us into double time. So let's go ahead and do that. Let the sun come up and we'll resume our work over here. And, oh geez, while that's happening, there was something else that I wanted to work on as well, but that crash made me lose my train of thought. I was literally thinking, let's go into double time, and I'll tackle XYZ while we wait for the sun to rise, and now I cannot remember for the life of me what that XYZ was. Don't mind the raves going on there. It's okay. Everyone's having a wonderful time. Everything's okay. Got a lot of people coming through over here. That's good. It's good. I wonder if I should start implementing... Whoa. I wonder if I should start implementing minimum loyalty and stuff like that, considering we are... we actually have decent loyalty now, right? If you'll recall population statistics, loyalty is looking fantastic. So maybe I should start integrating minimum loyalty amounts soon, if not right away. Well, it's not going to be right away because the sun's up. Let's go ahead and establish... You are electrified, right? Pretty sure this is electrified. But here's what we'll do just to be 100% sure. Go ahead and... Because I don't know why it said concrete that time. Or maybe because of the game crash? I don't know. That's weird. Do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of you as well. Better safe than sorry, as I like to say. Go ahead and do that. I think I should be able to oh wow, that's a hot mess. I should be able to upgrade it anyway, so it shouldn't be necessary. I guess we'll find out with the other section of track over here. Why are you such a... Come on. I guess I'm glad I had to do that, because otherwise I might not have cleaned it up. I might not have noticed that I needed cleaning up. Alright, so we can put you right over here besides the road. Get you to follow along. Right? So the idea, again, is to sort of create a faster way to get up to that station. I guess we'll kind of drop over here. Yeah, it's not too bad a slope. Game doesn't think it's okay, though. Come on, surely this is acceptable. Try and smooth this out. Where are we? Smooth. There we go. This has got to work. I'm actually really excited for this. This is exciting. I'm curious how this ends up looking. I would love to get this slope though. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, getting there. Curve this around a little bit. Try that. And question is, how far, like how close to the coast do I want to go with this? Do I want to go right to the edge, or do I want to be a little bit closer to the road? I think a little bit closer to the road would be nice. Go ahead and pull you back, actually all the way back to there. And, oh, would you look at that? We can actually do this. That's a nice curve, I think. Pull you down as well. All right. Oh, it's not perfect. Not perfect. It's close, though. We're so close. I'd be a fool not to at least try, right? Be a fool not to at least try. Here, what I should probably do is pull this line up over here, like so. It's so, you know what, this gravel path stuff looks absolutely stellar. Do that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's pretty cool. Now again, am I the biggest fan of some of this lumpiness? No, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. We just kind of have to accept some of those lumps, literally in this case, just the way of the world in this game. All right, cool. So that's that. I do wonder. So these guys can get on there pretty easily and take the tram up to here. It'll be faster than the bus, right? Okay, easy access for these guys. Well, actually, hold on a second. Footpaths, they'll actually... There's no footpath connection from the back of these buildings, which is unfortunate. So they'll actually be faster, I think, for them to maybe go to the bus stop. Kind of unfortunate. I would like to see the tram get some love. I could establish footpaths up over there. Do like this kind of a thing. Nope, gotta go a little bit further back. Come on now. Oh yeah, sure, this works as well. Don't mind that. Like that. Keep pulling you over. Then see if we can't like pull it around this way. Some other infrastructure's in the way. What other infrastructure? Weird. Just have to zoom in, I guess. Alright, cool. So this kind of a thing, and then hook this up like that, right? And so it's within walking distance. Oh, it's not? No way. No way it's not within walking distance. How is that possible? There we go. You can reach. How can you not reach? Because this isn't built. Because you're not being built. That's fine. Let's go ahead and pay for this. Get it done. Now they should be in walking distance, right? Alright, cool. Okay, excellent. So yeah, they'll probably much prefer... Actually, let's check over here real quick. 370 meters to... They can't get to the bus stop. Oh, wow. Alright, you know, this is actually going to serve more of a purpose than I initially anticipated. This is great. Okay, wonderful. Good stuff. Alright, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and continue our journey down over here. So you're going to... I wish we could snap to the road, eh? Oh, we'll have like some funkiness here, but it's close enough. And again, we'll pay for all this track. We'll pay for all this track. The weird thing is going to be getting a tram over here. That's going to be the weird thing, because this section is not connected to our depot or anything, right? The depot is connected to this section, but we got to get it onto here. So I might need to like build a connection or something over here, I guess, just to feed this line, which is fine. That's fine, but it's just something I do have to consider getting the tram over here. Can you? Yeah, you can. All right, we can do that. This is why I mentioned earlier the roundabout, I believe. This is why I was like, wait, actually, hang on a second. Let's do this first, because I wanted to see how this ended up. Now, can you get underneath here? You can't. Yeah, I should have waited on this as well. Though, truth be told, I should probably at this point be considering a station for this guy, because if we're going to have this strip of services, maybe the station should be somewhere over here as well. Maybe over here, maybe over here, and then we'd have more housing down over here and up over here and stuff as well, right? But I do wonder where I should put that station. I'll have to redo this bridge, but at least now we know, roughly where it needs to begin and end and all that stuff. I don't mind the money. Again, money's not an issue. Ooh, population's dropping again a little bit. We went from 76.6 to 76.5 there. It feels pretty quickly. Missing concrete and gravel. We have all the prefab panels we need. Oh no, we don't. This is the other construction site. Hang on a second. You should be suspended. Still waiting for prefab panels. You for real? How long is it gonna take? Vehicles currently headed here. Workers. You're bringing prefab panels. Okay, good. And you are too. 14 tons. 36 tons from this one, hopefully. Looks like it. And another 14 tons from you. I mean, yeah, as many trucks as we have, even the biggest ones are only able to carry so much at a time, and these guys need a lot of prefab panels. All right, fair enough. What's the progress over here looking like? Decent, I suppose. Decent. These guys need prefab panels too. Damn it. Of course, there's got to be an overlap, right? There's got to be an overlap. It's okay. Oh, man. Look at this. I kind of want to just spend the rest of the session putting down. I'm not going to, but I kind of want to spend the rest of the session just putting down the pavements, like the gravel squares and stuff. That's a nice aesthetic. That is a nice aesthetic. We got little bikes out there and everything. Oh, this is fantastic. That is a sight. That is a sight. I love this. This is beautiful. Very much setting the aesthetic here. Very much. I'm on board. I'm on board. Let me actually check the parking. I want to add some more parking lots. I want to see some more activity over here. I know. I'm getting distracted, but listen, it's who I am. It's how I can be sometimes, and this is something I'm really curious to see in action a bit more. I wonder if we have these parking lots that we can maybe pop in over here like so. Fit snugly. A little too snugly here. Oh, there we go. We can do that. Double-sided parking lot. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like... It's like, what is the double-sidedness of it? Where are those sides, you know? I'm wondering where I could pop it down to just kind of like see how it looks. Because the other option, of course, are these, like there's this downtown parking lot. Perpendicular parking. Thing is, these aren't like drive-through, unfortunately. There's also embankment parking, which would look really nice up over here, I believe is the intent. Now, it's a little funky how there's like instructions that came with this mod on how to like actually use it. Can't remember for the life of me. Don't remember if it was like put the road down first. I might need to check first if I'm going to actually use this. But yeah, there was some suggestions for how to use it. It would be nice. We have this really nice waterfront, and that was part of the reason why I wanted this to hug the road a bit more, was because then we could get this kind of thing down, and perhaps have more people drive over here. But okay, that'll have to wait because I do have to check exactly how to make it actually line up properly. Because it's a rather nice. If I go to what would it be? Tourism, I guess. No, tourism's not an option. Attraction, right? Oh, you know what? I thought I bought some. I thought I got some mods that would have shown up here as well. Anyway, I've got a few decorative elements that work like this, and they do look quite interesting to play with. I can't find them right now though. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm excited to see how all the parking kind of looks and stuff. But of course, as I say that, none of us are able to see anymore. Well, many of us are not. Double time it. In a way, this helps as well because construction speeds up when we're double timing, right? I'm seeing some progress over here. Looks like no. How is? We're fluctuating. We're fluctuating. Adults living with their parents is dropping, but that's because 30 pluses are leaving. We haven't finished any buildings recently, so that's because 30 pluses are leaving again. And that's why we're seeing the slow drop from 76.6 to 76.5, and it's dancing around a little bit. We're seeing babies again? Looks like we're starting to see babies again, so that's good. That's promising, at least. That's promising. All right, back down over here. What was it? God damn, there's so much going on. Right, parking lots. so many moving parts right now. Right, I was looking at this double-sided parking lot just to see what it looks like and if it's more of more what I want down here. Pop you down like, let's say that, and then pop you down. Don't know if I wanted to connect to the main road like that, you know? That's my one concern. I want to go ahead and not do that. Pop it down here. We'll maybe have the road connect over here. We have a central spot as well. Ooh. Just a bit too big, isn't it? Just a bit too big. Put a separate one down over here. Small parking lot. Well, let's take a look at how this actually looks first. Go ahead and pay for it. Not sure how it works, but if we see the lines on it... Oh, yeah. Okay, that's actually... I did want that. I was hoping that it would have more than just... Sorry. I thought it was going to be, like, one line here, one line there. That's what this, like, kind of looks like, but I can see these lines now, so that's good. That's good. I'm curious if we'll see anybody else come through over here, and I'm curious if... Alright, if I just... Get rid of you. Get rid of, I said, you. And then try and get... Really dedicating a lot of time to something I might not even like the look of. Destroying my life, though. Pop you down like this. Because we want to leave room for the roads, right, and the connections. Leave you like that. Sure. Road comes up. Ah, really doesn't like how tightly packed this is, does it? Oh, not a fan of that. It is not a fan of that. Alright, fair enough. Get rid of you again. God damn it. There we go. It's okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine, everything's working. No vehicles headed here just quite yet. No, not quite yet. What's actually even within reach here? Nothing claims the game. That's not true. Can we hook you up? Move you like that. Move you like that. How about now? There we go. That's all we needed. I guess people can't use the road there. I mean, it feels like such a marginal difference for pretty big distances. But they can basically reach everything from this parking lot, so that's good. Let's go ahead and upgrade the footpath. Pay for it. Thank you very much. Such a crowded space. It's nice to see all the activity, all the people buzzing around. And people are driving from... I guess I must have jinxed it. I must have jinxed the crashing of the game, because it's happening more now than it ever has before. Sorry, I thought we'd come in here during the golden hour to catch a glimpse of this space when the sun's setting like this. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I love this little, like, spot in our nation. Oh, come on, look at that. Ain't that something? With especially with the again, because it's golden hour, it looks especially nice. Look at that building, the way it's lit, and now with the ground looking like this gravel as well. Pretty solid texture. Looks pretty good. This is exciting. I'm really pumped for this this new look. But let's not stay distracted. Go ahead and pay for you, and go ahead and establish this footpath. You're gonna... Well, let's do it like this first. Just in case it doesn't look as neat. There we go. Good stuff. Go ahead and upgrade you. Pay for you. Don't crash this time. Beautiful. There we go. And everything should be more than reachable. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. I do wish these lines... I don't mind the lines, actually. They're not that bad. I was like, I kind of wish they weren't there, but it's not the end of the world. You can barely see them from like, a distance. The most common distances you'll actually be, like, playing the game in, you won't even see them. Good stuff. Good stuff. And this is only the beginning of this new look. Oh, it looks so good. All right, and then we'll of course get more of them down over here. Now, what I was trying to do was I was trying to, like, establish more of this parking down over here. Parking. I realized that eventually, if we want to go up over here anyway, you know, we'd need to push this further along so we'd have more space. So why don't we put this one down first? Guess we'd have to use the main road a little bit, right? Anyway. So, okay, fine. I'm gonna put you down there. I want to put you... Oh, wait. What the hell did I do there? Do I want the roads to be on opposite sides? I'm worried about it causing a massive jam up over here. So, no. That's what I'm going to say. Get rid of you. Get rid of you as well. off you go. There we go. Beauty. Go ahead and bring this up over here as close as possible to the road. About that. A little bit of distance. And then up over here. Like this. I don't think it'll fit. It might not, but willing to give it another shot. Yeah, no. Not a fan of how tight it is. All right, fair enough. We'll put in a different one, or we'll do like a playground or something else entirely, right? And we'll have plenty of parking up over here anyway, so we could do that. But I do need to connect a footpath over here, don't I? I like go like this. No, because we're gonna put stuff down over here. How would I? Let's see. If I do put another one down over here, be kind of like this. Very tightly packed. Kind of like that. Alright. It'll be interesting to figure out the road connections and stuff. Buildings in the way. I wonder if I would have enough room if I were to push this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see. Back to our mods. Pop you down like this. I gotta get rid of that guy over there. There we go. Pop you down. Oh, goddamn. Demolish this as well. Then we can go ahead and pop this down a little bit lower. Mainly, again, to try and get a footpath connection up there. I don't know if it'll work, but I think it's worth a shot. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on. Alright, I saw... Yeah, there we go. I was like, I know you're going to work. Don't lie to me. Pull you up this way. Hook you up like that. Beauty. And then we can go ahead and cancel the rest of this, of course. Don't need that. We might put a parking lot down over here that'll connect to that. It kind of makes me want to push this down a bit, though, even though that connection will be kind of janky. Makes me want to push that connection down. Oh, that's not what I meant. Just so it's lined up. I don't know. It's not the end of the world, but you know how I can be sometimes. But yeah, we can fit perpendicular parking over here or something. We can do something here. We can do something here to make this work. And then have a footpath connection up over here after all, maybe. Like a straight down connection over here. Because these guys need to have access, and they will through there. Okay, excellent. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's gonna happen inevitably. Inevitably, sorry. Down like that. Down like that. Let's see. Slightly above the line there. Roughly. Move over as much as possible. Right to there. Cool. Footpath connection like so. Close, but no cigar. Cancel that. Cancel that. Go ahead and hook you up. There we go. Beauty. Upgrade you. Pay for this. Pay for this. And realize that the road connection is broken. After I pay for everything. Even though it said it was going to connect it. Because that's how things work sometimes. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. My favorite aspect of this game is redoing stuff. Okay, it says it's going to connect. But it's not. Okay. That's cool. I can work with that. I can work with that. I can work with that. Misinformation? It's nothing. No big deal. What about down over here like so? A little bit further out? Really? You still won't connect? Beauty. Oh man, this double clicking is killing me right now. Absolutely murder. A little bit lower, down to here. Alright. Even now you won't connect. Are you for real? Just don't show me the tooltip if you're not actually gonna work. That's my only ask here. Let me pop this out. Maybe make my life a little bit easier that way. least it'll be honest with me, right? Yeah, it's actually going to eat up a lot of space. That double clicking is absolutely driving me mad. Absolutely mad. Stark raving. I might just go back up over here for real. At least that connects, you know? At least that connects. I can't. Oh man, okay. Whoa. There we go. There we go. There we go. Pay for you. Pay for you. Pay for you. And then you will... I'll deal. I'll deal. I'll be fine with this. It'll be okay. We'll make it a pattern or something. We'll repeat it, and that way it'll be more acceptable or something. I'll deal. Let's pay for it. I just want to see more cars coming through. I want to see how they actually use this space. Jeez, that was a longer distraction than it needed to be just because of that one connection. It drives me wild sometimes. I much prefer the look of that, though. I mean, the other option is, of course, I'm going to now demolish this and do this song and dance again because that's the story of my life. I was thinking we could potentially do this kind of a thing where this comes down and this parking is actually up over... We can eat into that, but I don't think I want to. Let's see. If we do this kind of a thing, the road refuses. Of course it does. Alright, I think I'm done. I think I might be done. Sure, I'll take that. Hook you up like that. Hook you up like too sharp of a turn. Are you goddamn kidding me? It's right there. The road is right there. There we go. This connection still works. Lets people get access to most things. If we upgrade this footpath, it might give us access to everything else. Go ahead and do that. Should have set it to be paid for. Not the end of the world. How about now? They can get far enough. They can't get to this kindergarten, but that's fine. It's not like getting to the kindergarten from the parking lot matters. Sure, let's do that. And over here again, we can put something else down and hook it up over here, and that'll work wonderfully. Absolutely wonderfully. Today's session has gone on a little bit longer than anticipated or expected. A little bit longer than I usually do, folks, but I do hope you enjoyed it. And again, as I was just saying earlier this session, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to let me know. Leave that like and comment down below. And again, can't believe it's November already, but folks, if you've been really enjoying the series, you might want to consider becoming a channel member or a patron. With that said, and with a ton of excitement for our next session, I think it's time to say farewell today. Folks, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big ol' thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, до свидания.